Oh my God, I'm so fuming. The Ministry of Justice has no justice whatsoever. Okay, yeah, this talk about this baby has come up. I'm not going to say his name because that's more important than what I'm actually saying. Yes, they complimented me for not saying his name, but they didn't compliment me for anything else. Anyway, the Ministry of Justice has no justice, 100% no justice whatsoever. They had a 1 hour conversation with me in February before the child was even born. This woman just wrote a bunch of nonsense, saying facts that can't possibly be true, that I'm not going to be committed, that I know nothing about a child's development, that I'm not going to be able to cope or work with professionals or anything, just saying a whole long list of lies. Now, I have not read this report in a couple of months. I just know I remember making a YouTube video where I took every single line that they said and proved how it was not true, saying things like, I seem motivated. It's like, I'm not seeming motivated. I am motivated. That's not true. Literally, even the positives are negatives because all the positives were filled by buts. So it's like a positive and then a but. How is a positive a positive if it's continued by a but? It's not. And yeah, I just said all this in the cause, and yeah, they're not going to retrial. They're not going to give me a retrial. The 1 hour report made full of nonsense, full of lies, is obviously sufficient, and they have no need for anything more, because 1 hour with about a baby that hasn't even been born yet, that's enough to determine a baby's life. 1 hour based with a report by someone who thought that their sister was not going to lose custody. Oh, and then when she did lose custody, it was like, well, or when she first saw her with the child, she was like, okay, yeah, I think Sophie's going to lose custody. I didn't want this. Okay, Sophie turned against me because she thought that I was insulting her and telling her that she's not going to do it, when in reality I was just seeing facts that she probably wasn't going to do it, but Sophie didn't believe me, hence she turned on me, hence she told the social workers not to do another test. And she, of course, all this negativity was brought up. Sophie didn't agree with it. Oh, and then when she realized that she was going to do that, then they're just taking it completely out of context. Sophie didn't want to lose her child, and if I was saying that I think that's going to happen because of all the reasons that I've seen, of course she's going to turn on me, of course she's not going to like me, but I was just stating the truth. So I was stating the truth, hence was seeing the things that she was doing wrong, hence knowing that if she does them wrong, I'm not going to be doing them wrong. Why? Because I know that she's doing these things wrong, hence I'm a perfectly good candidate to look after this child. I'm not even going to frustrate over this. Things will happen when they happen. I believe this baby represents all the lollipop men and all the average people. But you know what? I'm God. I shouldn't look after the people like that. I should just let them fucking die. That's what the court has just told me, that I don't deserve more than a 1 hour report full of lies. Oh, and then they brought up the Guardian and saying the Guardian has disagreed with me. Didn't say any reason why they Guardian has disagreed with me other than the fact that Sophie didn't agree with it at the time. Of course, Sophie didn't agree with it. Why? Because I was saying that she was doing things wrong and she was disagreeing with me, and she was just pushing me back and saying that I can't do it and that I don't need another assessment. Why? Because she didn't think she was going to lose the child at the time. It was only when she realized that she is going to lose the child that she was like, okay, yeah, Anna, we'll bring in the backup choice. That's all I was to her, just a backup choice. And it's horrible that she feels that way, considering how I could have done more to actually help her. She never wanted to live with me. She never wanted to stay with me. I know this, but I feel the same way towards her. I just wanted her kid. But of course, I wasn't child focused. No, I was only doing, I don't know, if I wasn't child focused and wanting the child, what else was I doing this for? Because I love my sister so much. I mean, this whole thing stresses me out. The fact that I would get stressed and they would use it as an example as to why I can't look after a kid. Oh my gosh. I mean, the fact that I'm getting this stressed out is actually evidence that I can look after this child. Why? Because I'm going to be protective over it. But now I can't be, because I'm not even given another opportunity. This 1 hour conversation back in February, when I didn't think Sophie was going to lose a child, when I didn't think that it really was going to end up in my care, they're going to base everything on that and on the Guardian's report, which I didn't even get to see. And yet when I told them I didn't get to see, and I don't actually know how the Guardian feels, they just said, are you not hearing us? Are you not listening to us? Yeah, you just silent. You were silent for about a whole 2-3 minutes while you were reading the report. You didn't tell me what the report. The Guardian wasn't even there. It was some stand-in Guardian that just said the Guardian has made reports. You have to go read it. And then somehow they're assuming that I know what's on that report, even though they didn't even read it out. So I have no idea what's on the Guardian report. I'm just not going to get stressed out over it. I'm God. I've got much better things to think about than the lollipop men of the world.